And done! Another video is off to the interwebs. Oh boy, I'm so proud of myself. Help. I lived. Zootopia was a 2016 Disney movie which gained high amounts of success. An adult police story, super likable main characters with a lot of real chemistry, some might say a little too much, funny comedic relief characters, beautiful colors and animation that's aging really well, and of course, the furries. But Zootopia was a good movie. I liked it. I watch it again on the odd occasion. A top 20 Disney movie for me. So of course, a well-liked movie like Zootopia was probably going to get a sequel. Or some other matter of extension, as Disney likes to do with anything that makes them money, right? Wrong! Nothing since 2016. Until today. Zootopia Plus has been released on the 9th of November 2022, and we got the follow-up some of us have been waiting for. And was it worth the wait? No! Let's find out why. Episode 1 kicks off during one of the opening scenes of Zootopia, the one where Judy Hopps is leaving her parents' farm to go off to the big city. But oh no, somehow one of the 8 billion rabbit babies from the rabbit farm got on top of the train. Seriously, the thing's like 1.5 feet tall. How did it get up there? So Judy's mom and dad have to chase it all the way to Zootopia, and they take like a golf cart. So if they get to Zootopia in a golf cart, then why do they need to take a train? They do this gag where one of the characters will say baby in the short as though using it as an affectionate term, but they're pointing out that their infant is missing, and they do this twice and it isn't any funnier the second time. Can we also appreciate the fact that they stuck a nudist animal yoga scene into this 10-minute short? Most of that 10 minutes is credits, by the way. Yeah, I hate that the Disney Plus shorts do that. They play the credits for every language, which isn't so bad after a 20-minute show or an hour-long movie, but it gets to the point that barring the opening, the credits are as long as the short itself. Anyway, nudist animal scene, they know what they're doing. They know their audience. I didn't like this one, it's just boring. The second one is about the mob mouse guy from the movie, but his daughter. This one I just found annoying. The episode takes the form of a Real Housewives parody, which coming from someone who never has and never will touch a Real Housewife, I suppose was done fine enough. They include an extension of the scene from Zootopia, the one where the rabbit saves the rat from being obliterated by a massive pastry. Also, at the end, the rats go feral because they smell flour, which wasn't even how it worked in the movie. It had to be injected, I think. The third one's about the weasel that Judy stops with the donut. They're putting a weird amount of emphasis on that scene. So the weasel gets out of jail before being embarrassed in public. So he does the reasonable thing and starts singing a just alright to not very good song but wanting to hit the big time. It takes 2.5 minutes and he learns nothing in the end. It technically held my engagement. Number 4. You don't have to be a genius to know what this is a parody of. Man, they're really focused on this little Shrew family. I actually really liked this one though. It was a neat telling of the Godfather Mouse's backstory and what it took for him to get where he is. It also just straight up shows a character getting kidnapped, which I found funny. It wasn't high bar, but this one hit it. I was actually entertained by this one. Number 5 is the one fat tiger from the police station from the movie entering a So You Think You Can Dance parody, even though it's also clearly supposed to be America's Got Talent. He requests police backup when looking for a duo for the competition, which gets answered by the police chief. Hilarity ensues when Clawhauser, that's the tiger's name, comes clean that there wasn't actually a threat on the Giselle lady's life, and he only brought the policeman captain there to dance. The police chief leaves. Why wouldn't he? That's reasonable. He's been misused. It's at the police resource misuse, and it turns out it was all a dream. I've noticed them shoehorning in scenes from the original movie, like, hey, remember Zootopia? Wasn't that good? Here's a reminder, this is a Zootopia spinoff, at least once per episode. Dumb episode, didn't like it. The last one, number 6, about the sloths from the first one. They're slow. That's the joke. It wasn't funny then, and it wasn't funny now. At least they introduced the only wholly original main character of the show during the last episode, and she's this, like, otter waitress girl. This one sucks. I had to skip through it. It's dreadful. So, Zootopia Plus. Was it any good? Yeah, I guess so. If you're desperate for Zootopia content, obviously go right ahead. But for a casual viewer, I wouldn't recommend it really. It's just kind of a waste of time. But what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments, okay? Please, it helps with engagement. Okay, I love you, bye. That, I didn't do that. What? Hey all, Forkbow here. Forkbow talking over the end card? That's different. Hey, so I know that I haven't posted And normally this wouldn't matter. Like anyone else with this content not posting for like ages, that's normal. But for Forkbo, I thought you were gonna do a thing where you posted every. I didn't do that. I'm sick. You can hear. I just did the video anyway. I'm too strong for you. Get good, scrubs. Thanks for watching. Love you.